It's another scorching hot day in the beautiful city of Tbilisi, and today is my third day of Soviet adventurizing. I'm hoping to get it all done today, and that does mean that I've got a lot of walking to do. Yesterday I did a little bit, but today the furthest point is 3 hours away walking, so I'm going to be on my feet for quite a while. Check out Tbilisi. I've just walked past a building for the emergency services, the ambulances. Because I saw the fire engines yesterday, the fire station, I thought there might be a nice mosaic around here, and there is. But they wouldn't let me in. Looks like this actually used to be a fire station as well, judging by what's on the mosaic. This monument immortalises the 300 Aragvians from the Highlands who fell defending Tbilisi from the Persians in 1795. This is the central bus station in Tbilisi, and this one was built in 1973. Looks like it's still functioning, and inside here we also apparently have another mosaic. Oh, I think I've spotted it. Just over here. It really doesn't get any more Soviet than this. Fantastic. 1973 this was done. It's the former military hospital of Tbilisi. You can see now it's all been converted into flats. This is the metro station of Isani, which was built in 1981. Look at those wonderful curves. I'm going to go in and see if there's a mosaic in there, and there is. It's always worth checking out any metro station or rail station or bus station. Always have a look in, you always find some old Soviet mosaic in there. Wow, check out the street art here. Looks like this entire underpass has been transformed all by the same artist using just black and white. This timeline here gives you some idea of the troubled history of Georgia. It's just one invasion after another. Deaths, executions, unheard of cruelty. No idea what this used to be. There's nothing about it on Google Maps because obviously it's been closed for probably quite a while. Just to the right over there was a restaurant in part of it, but the whole building's way too big to just be a restaurant. Some examples of old Soviet apartments. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 floors. I might be wrong about this, but I think a lot of the Soviet apartments that were built during this period were always a maximum of 6 floors, because after 6 floors they had to put a lift in. I think that might be true. I was just walking down this main street and then I spotted there was an ATM, so I came across to use the bank, and I got right up close to the ATM and then I looked up and just wow, I nearly actually missed it. Check this out. Apparently it's called the Mosaic Building, and you can probably see why already. That's got to be one of the most impressive mosaics I've ever seen, I think. "3D mosaic." The building we've just seen with the huge mosaic used to be the House of Political Education. It was built in 1978, and now it's a multi-purpose building that contains, amongst other things, a bank. I made my way to the central train station of Tbilisi, and I figured it's probably going to be built during Soviet time, so it's probably a bit brutal, and it's not disappointed. Well, let's go and have a closer look. Oh yeah, this is a bit of a squeeze. This is insane. I don't want to cross the road. That was crazy. Just thought it'd just be a straight underpass with one or two shops, but bloody hell, it's like the busiest, tightest market in the whole of Georgia. This is the railway technical service building that was built in 1969. Look at that chunky bugger. And just on the other side we have the former Hotel Kolkete, which was built in 1963. I'm not sure how long it's been closed for or what it's used for now. You can see the old hotel sign is still here, kind of. And the old hotel rooms now look like apartments. It's a busy area around here, it's buzzing. It smells amazing around here. There's spices, there's fruit. I've just bought a bag of nectarines, 9 nectarines for £1 so about 28p or something like that for 9 bloody nectarines. God knows I'm going to eat them. This area is literally filled with car repair shops, car maintenance, tyres, all that kind of thing. Literally the entire area. And just over here is what's called the former garage. Not sure how much of this I'm going to be able to see because it all seems to be fenced off. Well, I managed to find the entrance. Check this out, bloody hell. There's 2 of them. It says it's an auto garage. I'm not sure if it's... I'm not sure what they are, to be honest. No?
No.
Oh, okay. It's bizarre. It's like a security guard who says that I'm not allowed to film in here. Why the hell would you not be allowed to film this thing? It's not some like ancient religious building. It's some pretty chunky old Soviet garage from 1982. I think some people just like to use their authority, don't they? Check out this mosaic tucked away on the side of a apartment block. Well, I was wondering why this wasn't on my street art map that I followed to do the street art vlog, but it's because it was only done this year by a guy called Nico. I'm not going to get them all done today. I'm going to have to do a 4th day because they're just too far apart. Wow, check this out. I only came to look at this pretty basic mosaic. What the hell? I'm sure my Google Maps has put this somewhere else because I have seen this on my list of places to go, but it's not here. Check out the old crumbling mosaic. And this looks like it could have been like a restaurant or something. I don't know what this place is, but it's just filled with mosaics and Soviet architecture. Some of the buildings are quite modern, but they've kept the original mosaics. It's called Expo Georgia, this building, but this looks like it's had a new modern facade to surround the original Soviet building, which is peeking out over the top there. So it's obviously a place that's had some modernisation, but still kept some of the original Soviet features. To say I only entered this area because I spotted a very, very basic mosaic It's like a Soviet wonderland in here. Check this out. There's even more. Huge one. Just shows you never know what's around the corner when you're exploring old Soviet cities like Tbilisi. Now this is something that I've been meaning to visit ever since I came to Tbilisi, but it's right outside the centre. I've just got to get a taxi because it was too far. But it was built in 1985 and never actually finished. And it depicts the history of Georgia and also the life of Christ. I give you the Chronicles of Georgia. So there are 16 pillars, each between 30 and 35 metres high. You can see all at the bottom of each pillar, it's all the story of Christ. And then above we have the old kings and queens of Georgia. You don't really get any idea of how bloody tall these things are. If I get the little people. I can't work out which part is not finished. It all looks pretty finished to me. There's no empty spaces on any of these columns. There's a little chapel up here as well. Check out the views over Tbilisi. Check this out. It's just insane. Just over here is what's known as the Tbilisi Sea. It's actually a man-made lake, but I can see there is a beach and there were plenty of people sunbathing down there. So I might go and check that out. Well, look at this. Whole of the bloody city, look at that. Amazing views. And I got the place to myself as well. Well, I did not expect to be sat having a beer on the beach. For a lari, just over £1. Nice as well. I'm kind of sat in a cage because there's no seats available outside, but it's nice and cool in here, so I don't mind that. One of the things that's really cool about Tbilisi is it's so easy to get around. So I've just done a Google map search from the Tbilisi Sea back to my hostel, and it basically told me I needed to walk 10 minutes to a bus stop, and then there'd be a bus that would take me to a metro station, and it all works, everything's on time. And check this out. It's the final day of my Tbilisi Soviet architecture hunt, and I think I might have underestimated the distances today. I took a bus literally about 40 minutes out of the centre, and the first place I want to go and look at is at the other side of this road, but there's nowhere to cross. And as you can see, this is not really a road that you can just run across. So I don't know how I'm going to get to my first destination. That's what I was trying to get to, on top of that hill, the Tbilisi Archaeology Museum. Google Maps tells me I need to go right over there and then cross over the road and come round the back, but there's no way to cross. So, and this is right out. I've come all the bloody way to come and look at that, and I can't even get to it. Look at that as well. That's Proper Soviet building, that one, bloody hell. It's crazy hot again today in Tbilisi. My next stop, I do believe, is just here. It's the training ground of Tbilisi Dynamo, the football team. I'm not exactly sure why this is on the map, to be honest, because there's just nothing to see. Not off to the best of starts, to be honest. The first place I couldn't get to, the second place was just not worth looking at, and so that's like half an hour of walking, and I've got like another 40 minutes to my next stop. So I've basically added well over an hour of walking without actually seeing anything. Well, today's proving to be the hardest day yet, because all of the places that I want to go and see are on either side of this main road, and there's just nowhere to cross at all. I've just had to force myself across here, which wasn't easy. So I don't know how today's going to pan out. I've only got like kind of 3 or 4 things to see, I think, and then make my way back to the city centre, but we'll see. So far it's been a bit of a failure. Well, it's not turning out to be a failure after all, because I've just actually managed to find a trail that's going to take me right up to that wonderful example of Soviet architecture that I thought I was going to miss. Just before we go and have a look at the Soviet building, we have this monument of St. Nino, who introduced Christianity to Georgia, I do believe. And I've actually seen where St. Nino is buried. And here is the old archaeological museum of Tbilisi. It was built in the late 80s. And I think, as far as I'm aware, it's completely closed and abandoned now. My next stop is the Industrial Pedagogical Technical College, and I do believe it's just behind these apartments. Check it out. Late 1970s, chunky, brutal, everything you want for in a good piece of Soviet architecture. Well, the path's disappeared completely now, so I've got no option but to walk alongside this incredibly busy road. This, believe it or not, and this is a right mouthful, it's the former Managing Computing Centre of the United Board of the Energy System of Transcaucasia. Not sure what it is now. You can see the old Soviet freezers on the side. Believe it or not, this was actually built between 1987 and 1989. I thought it had been older than that. We've come to the last building on this mammoth tour of the Tbilisi Soviet architecture. And have we left the best for last? Well, you decide. This is the former building of Automobile Roads, and it's now the Bank of Georgia. And it looks like someone's been playing too much Tetris, very badly. And this guy's going to come and tell me off now. Not for this, come on! How can you not take a photo of this? You must have tourists coming to look at this, man, come on! Okay. I've already got what I need, so I don't care. That's definitely me done now. Not allowed to take photos of that. What was he trying to kid? He was actually smiling though when he told me off. Right, that's me done for Tbilisi. For now, I head up to Kazbegi tomorrow, see the mountains. I'm there for 3 days and probably be back here, but I think I've done all the vlogs I need to do in this fantastic, wonderful city. I absolutely love Tbilisi. If you're considering it, if you're thinking about somewhere to go that's a bit unusual and, you know, different to Paris or Barcelona or Amsterdam, then come to Georgia, come to Tbilisi. It's an absolutely fantastic city and I've loved every single day that I've been here. See you in the mountains.